Hello and welcome to another tutorial video on the Tournament Pairing Program software version. As you can see, I have the program currently up and running, but I am not in an event. And in this video we're going to be covering a couple things. One, making sure that you have the proper course information for your facility entered. And two, we're going to use that information and show you how to run a hole location sheet for a specific tournament you're going to have at your club. I'm going to go to Tournament and select an event, any event in my list, and that just allows the headers in the program to allows me to be able to access them now. And I'm going to go to Course and Management, and this will show me a list of all the courses in my program along with the corresponding tees that I have entered in. And you can see for Amana Colonies, for example, I have a black tee, a blue, gold, white, and a red. And if I click on each of those tees, I can see the corresponding info, hole yardage and par and handicap and all that. For our example here, let's add a course. So once I'm in management, I'll click Add at the bottom. Choose the radio button that says Add a new golf facility, which enables me to type in the name of my club, which I'll just call XYZ Golf Club. I'll say Next. And we'll make it simple. We'll have two sets of tees at the club. A white tee, and then I'll click Add at the bottom, which will give me another line, and we'll have a red tee. The white tee will be a men's tee in terms of rating. I'll change the rating, 72.0120. My front nine rating will be 36.0122. The back nine for this example will be 36.0118. The red tee, let's call that a women's tee that was rated for them. We'll have that as a 68.0115 with a front nine rating of 34.0, and we'll leave the slope at 113 there. The back nine rating also 34.0 and 117. Now make sure that you have your proper 18-hole course rating and slopes, as well as the breakdown for front nine and back nine. The reason being, for any net events that you're running, this information needs to be correct. Otherwise, we won't be allocating handicap strokes properly. Once your information is set for your club, go ahead and click Finish. And you'll see that the course now is listed in your course management column there. And we can click on the white tees. And for moving along in this video, I'm going to give it every hole on the white tees is a 333-yard par 4. Go down. We'll call it every tee in the red will be 300. So as you can see, you'll go through for each set of tees and put the proper information in. As you'll notice that as you put your yardage in, it will populate a par. You can go in and override that, make sure that the par it populates is correct for the course. I'll go back to the white set of tees, and I'm going to put in green depths because we're going to close by showing you how to print a hole location sheet, and we need green depths for doing that. We'll just alternate, saying each green is either 34 or 32 paces in depth. I'll say apply to that. And we have some basic information now for our two sets of tees at XYZ Golf Club. And we can come in and update that as needed. So let's go ahead and create a new event using XYZ Golf Club now, and I'm going to call this event the XYZ Open, and we'll have it just for men for this purpose. We're just creating a hole location sheet, nothing else with it. We'll make the date Saturday, March 1st. I'm going to change the course to the XYZ golf course, and the tees will be the men's whites. So we say OK. Next, I can click Finish. I don't need to put any information here about the tournament in terms of net information. Now we're going to go back to Course and select Hole Locations. And we've gone out and we've dotted where we want each hole for round 1. And the depths, as you can see, the green are being drawn here from our course management side. And the first one was 8 paces on from the front, and it was 7 paces from the left. And we just progressed through here. On the second hole, we were 15 paces from the front and 7 paces from the right. We continue to do this for each of the 18 holes. Hole 4 was 8 paces on, let's say, and 8 from the right. 16 paces on, 11 from the left. We'll also say this one is 11 from the right. It's a center location all the way around. You can see it's 16 paces on, so that's halfway of the depth of our 32. And then it was 11 left or 11 right. So we'll put a value in both those columns, and that will make sense when we run the report here in just a moment. Okay, so we have a value for our hole locations for round 1. We can see that we put a front value, how many paces on from the front, and then our left or our right. We'll say apply to that, and then we're ready to run our report. Under Report menu, there is a course folder on the left that we want. That will show us a variety of reports to run under here, but we want hole locations. And we'll click Run at the bottom. We have a free text line where we can type a message in if we'd like. It could be something as simple as Monday hole locations. We could say, "Good luck, participants." We print direction. We'll choose down and across. And then I would recommend showing the green depth labels as well as showing the center of the green values. We'll say OK. First got to select the round. Round 1. And our hole location sheet has been generated here. We can see that the down across method goes hole 1 at the top left, hole 2 right below it, and so on. So for hole 1, it's 8 paces on from the front and 7 paces from the left. We're showing the green depth, so 32 paces is the depth of the green. And we are 8 paces shy of center for this hole location on hole 1. If we scroll down a little further here, if you recall on hole 5, we did a center hole location, 11 from the left and 11 from the right. That's what the value would look like here on the sheet. Once we've confirmed with our measurements that we are good to go with all 18 of them, you can go ahead and print this out for your players. Just one recommendation, when we hand out our hole location sheets, we print the local rules addendum on the opposite side, so each player is only receiving one sheet, local rules on one side, and the hole locations on the other. Before closing out this tutorial, I'm going to go back into our course hole locations and remind you that you need to do this for each round of your event. If you recall, when we set up the event, we only made one round for this XYZ Open. If we had done 2, 3, or 4 rounds, we would have a drop down with each round availability, and we would need to progress through and choose round 2, put in the values, round 3, put in the values, and so forth, and then run a report for the corresponding round of the hole locations we wanted to obtain. If you have any questions about the course and management part of TPP, as well as running hole locations for an event, please feel free to contact the IGA staff.